I'll never forget the moment the flashing red and blue lights cut through the pine trees, painting the walls of my cabin like a crime scene. I hadn't even gotten my key into the lock when Martha Klein, the HOA president, came charging out, finger pointed, screaming, "Stop him! He's breaking in!" Two cops rushed toward me, and through the window of my own cabin, I saw someone sitting calmly at my table, a face everyone in this state would recognize. The governor. Yeah, you heard me right. That was the second I knew my quiet retirement was about to explode into something much darker than neighborhood politics. Act 1. The Spark. Let me back up. My name's Lucas Warren. I'm 52. For 20 years, I was an investigative journalist, running from war zones to Washington scandals, Afghanistan firefights, Pentagon fraud, you name it. After my last story nearly got me killed, I bought a cabin in Pine Ridge, Montana. Cash deal, 40 acres by Crystal Lake, a place where no one cared about politics or corruption. At least, that's what I thought. The cabin was simple stone fireplace, creaky wood floors, mornings with coffee and silence. Exactly what I wanted. What I didn't plan for was Martha Klein. Now, Martha, she's what you'd call a textbook HOA tyrant. Mid-40s, bleach blonde bob cut, always clutching her clipboard like it's a weapon. The kind of person who can find a violation in how your mailbox leans or how tall your grass grows. But Martha wasn't just picky, she was connected. Her late husband left her wealthy, and she used that money to buy favors with councilmen, judges, deputies, you name it. She ran this community like her personal kingdom. So when I pulled into my driveway that night and saw police cruisers waiting, I knew she was behind it. "Officers," she said sweetly, holding a stack of papers, "thank you for coming so quickly. Mr. Warren here no longer owns this property. It was foreclosed last month due to unpaid HOA fees. He sold it to Pine Ridge Development Corporation." She waved those papers like gospel, and I'll admit at first glance, they looked real. My signature forged down to the flourish. Court seals perfect. If I hadn't known I never sold my cabin, even I might have believed it. I pulled out my license, my tax receipt, everything. "This is my house," I said. "I've never missed a payment." One officer looked skeptical. Thank God. But Martha wasn't letting go. Her smile tightened. "Mr. Warren has been uncooperative for months. Unauthorized surveillance cameras. Strange guests at night. He may even pose a security risk." That's when it hit me. This wasn't about HOA dues. Martha was playing a bigger game. And then, the cabin door creaked open. Out stepped Governor Robert Morrison. Navy suit, silver hair, coffee mug in hand, like it was the most normal thing in the world. The governor! In my cabin, Martha's jaw nearly hit the ground. Her fake eviction papers suddenly looked like toilet paper. Act. Escalation and the twist. Now, here's the truth. The governor was there because of me. We were supposed to meet for an interview. 3 hours later, he was helping me with a chapter in my book about defense contracts. What Martha didn't know was that years ago, in Afghanistan, I'd saved his unit from a friendly fire disaster he'd never forgotten. So picture it, me standing in cuffs, almost, cops confused, Martha turning pale, and the governor greeting everyone like we were at a town picnic. Martha stammered, Governor Morrison. I didn't realize this was just a misunderstanding. And she bolted, left her clipboard behind, nearly tripped over herself racing to her car. But I saw it before. She left, her phone buzzed. And the fear on her face wasn't just embarrassment, it was terror. My daughter Emily showed up just in time to catch it all on camera. She's 26, film school grad, documenting my so-called retirement for a project. And lucky for us, she had been rolling since the minute she pulled into the subdivision. "Dad, what's happening?" she called. Camera pointed at Martha's retreating figure, then zoomed in on the governor, who gave a little wave. She knew instantly this wasn't just neighborhood drama. It was a story. Inside the cabin, Morrison pulled me aside. His calm politician mask was gone, and I saw the soldier underneath. "Lucas," he said, "that woman wasn't just embarrassed. She's scared. And scared people like her don't scare easily." Emily dug into her research. "Dad, I found something. Every homeowner Martha harasses ends up selling to Pine Ridge Development Corporation. Within months, it's a pattern." I checked the folder. Martha dropped. Those forgeries weren't amateur. Professional stock. typography, even seals that could pass in court. Someone had invested serious money. That's when Emily played back audio she'd recorded near Martha's car. Martha's voice: "The journalist is more connected than we thought. Senator Cross wants him eliminated differently. The cabin seizure failed. But we have a backup plan. Make it look like Lucas is a threat to the governor's security." The name hit me like a bullet. Senator William Cross, a man who'd been after me since I exposed his defense contract scams years ago. For the first time, I felt my knees weaken. I stared at Emily, at the governor, and I thought, maybe this is my fault. Maybe I should have stayed away. My search for quiet dragged them into something that could destroy us all. For a moment, I'll admit it, I wanted to quit, to let it go, hide, pretend this wasn't my fight. But then my daughter gripped my arm, eyes fierce. "Dad, don't you dare. If you back down now, Cross wins. Everything you fought for, every story you risked your life to tell, it dies here." She was right. I couldn't walk away. That's when headlights flooded my driveway. Black SUVs, men in suits, and leading them, Agent Sarah Rodriguez, FBI Public Corruption Unit. Only, the way she looked at me wasn't comforting. It was suspicious. "Mr. Warren, Governor Morrison," she said, flashing her badge. "We need to talk inside. Now." Act 3. The climax. Inside, Rodriguez laid it out. 3 hours ago, we intercepted chatter about a credible threat to the governor's life. This cabin was mentioned, and now your daughter's viral footage has broadcast his exact location to thousands of people. I could feel doubt creeping into the governor's eyes. The timing, the documents, my past exposés. It all could look like a trap. But before Rodriguez could press further, my landline rang. Caller ID: Martha Klein. Her voice was frantic. "Lucas, listen to me. If I don't meet you in an hour, my brother's dead. Derek's been undercover for the FB. Cross found out. This whole HOA thing, the fake seizures, it was all bait. He's going to use it to kill the governor. And blame you." Seconds later, gunfire erupted outside. We hit the floor as tear gas smashed through my window. Cross's mercenaries were here. Rodriguez's team fought back, dragging us to the basement. Dust rained from the ceiling. My heart pounded like the war zones I thought I'd left behind. Then Derek himself called, his voice raw, strained. "Lucas, Agent Rodriguez Cross is moving fast. He's inbound on a helicopter to the lake. 15 minutes. He's bringing reinforcements. If we don't act now, you're all dead." And here's the kicker. Derek had been wired for 2 years. He had evidence that could bury Cross forever, but only if he survived tonight. Emily was streaming live to thousands, narrating like a pro until her feed cut out. Cross had switched on jammers. No radios, no phones, no live stream. And then, across the water, we heard it. Helicopter rotors. We moved through the trees, tactical vests strapped tight. Emily still filmed, whispering to her audience even if no one was watching. At the clearing, the chopper landed. Out stepped Senator William Cross himself, silver hair, polished suit, smug smile. He grabbed a megaphone. "Lucas, Warren, Governor Morrison, come out now, and I'll make your deaths quick. Stay hidden, and my men will hunt you down like animals." Emily whispered, trembling but steady. "Dad, if he kills us and controls the story, he wins. We need to flip the narrative." That's when I remembered a trick from Afghanistan, signaling with flares. Emily dug strobes from her gear bag and fired them toward the highway. Distant headlights shifted. Reinforcements were coming. Meanwhile, Derek walked straight into Cross's camp, hands raised, pretending to betray us. He pointed the wrong direction, leading Cross's men away, buying us seconds. And in those seconds, the governor made his move. He stepped out of the trees, hands raised like he was surrendering. Cross smirked, thinking he'd won. "Senator," Morrison said calmly, walking closer, "you've made one critical mistake." Cross laughed. And what's that?" In a flash, Morrison snatched the satellite phone from his hand and slammed a fist into his jaw. One punch. The senator collapsed like dead weight. Chaos erupted. Bodyguards lunged. Derek tackled one. The FBI finally burst through the tree line. Gunfire cracked. Mercenaries fell. And Emily, God bless her, captured every second on her backup camera. Within minutes, it was over. Cross on his knees, wrists zip-tied, blood on his $1,000 suit. Derek tore off his shirt, revealing wires recording every word. Agent Rodriguez. He grinned. "I think we've got enough to bury this bastard." Closing. And just like that, the HOA Karen who forged eviction papers, the senator who thought he could hijack my life, the mercenaries who thought they could scare us all of them, crumbled under their own corruption. Standing at the edge of Crystal Lake, I watched Cross dragged into custody, Emily's footage already uploading, the sun bleeding out behind the mountains, and I thought all this one started with an HOA complaint. Final line lesson. Power only wins when we stay silent, so don't